Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Elite Clockman here. We are going through another crazy week because we just had a back-to-back release of a SKIBIDI toilet and a SKIBIDI multiverse episode release, and both series had a crazy episode this week. But today's SKIBIDI multiverse episode was actually very special because my brother somehow was in this episode, but I was not.
Oh, hell yeah, I was in this episode all right.
Hey, stop interrupting me, you simp!
Shut the hell up, you traitor. I haven't forgotten what you did to those Alliance members in episode 13. But I can forgive you just this once because TV Woman was so goddamn hot when she was next to me, I was basically millimeters away from her.
No wonder it felt like that because you had a freaking spyglass to look at her. I need to keep my chill. This guy is something else. Blood literally whipped out a spyglass to check out TV Woman. He is the true form of a simp. But that's not all because we may have gotten our first glimpse of a time traveler in the series and it was nuts. Everyone has been asking if Clockman had the ability to travel through time, and I guess the answer is yes from now on. But before we talk about everything that went down in today's episode, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are almost at 200,000 subscribers. Anyways, here we go. First of all, we got some news from Dom Studios themselves, and they are some crazy stuff about the future of the series. Yesterday they posted a drawing of Titan Clockman on Discord, which looks like an anime version of Titan Clockman burning in a fight, and said, "How about an anime version of Multiverse?" Does this mean that they are working on an anime version of the series? Maybe a special 2D animated episode? If so, that would actually be crazy. And if you guys want to see an anime version, you should support their channel so that they can dedicate time into it. But this wasn't actually the craziest news we've gotten. About 2 days ago, Dom Studios sent one more message in their Discord replying to a viewer's question. The viewer asked, "Just out of curiosity, are you accepting new character ideas?" And Dom Studios actually replied with, "I can confirm there are 2 races coming in the future, but not so soon, maybe 2 to 3 months later." They basically confirmed that we'll actually be getting 2 new races in a few months, and I'm sure that it'll be crazy.
Bruh, we need one more race in SKIBIDI Toilet as well. I'm hoping for Microwave Race to arrive in episode 69 and solo the whole verse.
You better keep huffing that copium, mate.
Says you, bruh. You said you could rizz up Clock Woman and Drill Woman at the same time yesterday.
Shush. No one was supposed to hear that. Guys don't believe in this simp's words. I don't say stuff like that.
Believe me, he does. Anyways, this episode starts at the bridge that we saw in the exclusive leaks yesterday, and we can see many toilets attacking at the same time, including one of the ding-dong striders. We turn to our left, but suddenly the cameraman next to us gets shot by a spear right in his lens and dies, and when we turn our head, we can clearly see that it's the upgraded police toilet who did this, but unlike the original series, the head of this police toilet is different. We turn our head and see the exact scene that we saw in the exclusive clip yesterday, and it's 3 toilets marching towards us, but we suddenly get saved by the large Drillman, and he points us to the back, probably telling us that we should go that way instead of going in front. We nod our head, and he suddenly turns into Sonic once again and rushes into the battlefield, leaving the POV cameraman alone once again. We pull the spear from the cameraman's lens to use it as a weapon and start running towards the back, and everywhere we look there is only chaos, and we actually add on to this chaos by throwing our spear into the explosives behind the mutant toilet, exploding everything. After this, we try to hide behind the van, but suddenly the mutant toilet picks up the whole van and throws it away. We can also see that this is another mutant toilet with a white eye, but this time half his face is destroyed, and he can still function as if nothing has happened until he falls down to his death. It really seems like these robotic versions of the SKIBIDI toilets are getting out of hand.
Yeah, I agree. And we still have no idea if it has any relation to the SKIBIDI Apocalypse folder we saw earlier, after the mutant toilet dies. At least that's what we think. We get up and start moving ahead, and there was actually an animation glitch here because the fire literally teleported and opened us a way to go through. We start rushing towards the toilet in front of us and flush him while pulling out his flush, right after we throw the flush to the other toilet next to us. But to our surprise, the mutant toilet from earlier comes back. At least it seems that way because he has the exact same features as him. He throws us inside the bus and literally throws the whole bus off the bridge. I don't know what these mutant toilets are made of, but they are so goddamn strong. It really is not an easy feat for a humanoid toilet to pull off something like that with ease. We somehow make it out alive, and right when we get back on the bridge, we can see a cameraman running with a first aid bag towards the left side. But instead of following him, we go to the right side, and we can clearly see the Alliance having more of a formation here holding off the ground. But suddenly a drill toilet like the one from episode 11 appears, and he gets flushed by a cameraman thanks to the help of the nail gun Drillman. And I think my brother would love to pick it from here because his favorite character appears right after this point.
Of course, I'm taking over bruh because right after they flush the Drillman toilet, we see a helicopter toilet crashing into another helicopter toilet, and it turns out that my beloved TV woman was controlling the helicopter toilet to crash into the other one. We see her beautiful TV monitor flying in the sky, and she slowly goes back to her body, and yes, I was there living the moment with all my honor and pride, watching her every single move. We can also see ISO Toilet on the left side next to Speaker Woman with the man face from Roblox on his monitor. Honestly, it was kinda sad because TV Woman left me too early and I didn't have enough time to rizz her up, but I can promise you that I'll make sure to do it next time. Right after this, the POV cameraman starts moving towards the place we saw in the first leak, and we can actually see an ambulance and a cameraman getting treated. Even after watching this episode so many times, I still have no idea why they were protecting this place and losing so many soldiers, to be honest, because this seemed like a defense more than an attack to clear off the toilets from the area. But something very big happens in the next couple frames. We actually can see what's going on with the Titans at this exact moment. I'm assuming that the Alliance requested help from them, but us, the POV cameraman, probably is the messenger that's supposed to deliver the news to the rest of the Alliance that the Titans won't be coming because it seems like all of them are unavailable. If we freeze the video at the right frame, we can actually see the reasons. It looks like Titan cameraman is unavailable because he is getting upgrades, which is interesting because he wasn't really damaged in the last episode, and he actually was the only Titan that looked fine. Titan Speakerman also seems to be getting upgraded, but he did seem a little damaged, so it does make sense. We also get a name drop for Titan TV Man, and it seems like he is doing a secret mission at this moment, and he'll most likely be coming to the series soon because Dom Studios mentioned that he'd appear in the series very soon, and he already has been teased in the earlier episodes. And it looks like Titan Clockman and Titan Drillman are both getting repaired at the moment, so the Alliance is left without any Titans, and this is very worrying if all this stuff will take too long to take care of. After the POV cameraman shows the tablet to the Clockman, something weird happens, and when we turn around, we see the weirdest scene in the series ever. It looks like something is shifting time because clock particles start flying around the place, and even the toilets seem surprised at the situation. But suddenly, with a bright flashlight, a weird Strider clock machine arrives at the scene.
And yeah, we actually saw this machine in one of the leaks. After killing one of the toilets, the glass dome in the middle opens up and we see the large Clockman. But it looks like his head was upgraded and he has a lot more gadgets. At first I thought this was an upgraded version of him. But later in the episode we see his original version. And we all know that Clockmen are all different, and they all wear different clothes and ties. But this guy is exactly the same as the large Clockman we know. He suddenly starts spinning his head at full speed, and the time-freezing particles starts playing. But this time it seems a lot more impactful compared to normal. And it seems like he freezes the time for all the toilets around the place and leaves the area like nothing ever happened. We know that the time only stopped for the toilets because the fire still keeps on burning, and the color balance doesn't change for the camera. Right after this, the POV cameraman turns behind, and we see the Clockman and the Drillman looking at the large Clockman next to them because they just saw a different version of him. The large Clockman shrugs, and this leads to the Clockman thinking about the situation. This is crazy because it seems like this was the first ever time someone has time traveled in the series. If we go back and look at the scene, it clearly is the same large Clockman from the end of the episode but with upgrades. It also seems like his time abilities are a lot better in the future, and apparently they can even change their clocks in the future. I don't know why it was necessary for them to build a time machine and come here at this exact moment of time to save them, because this seemed like something they could take care of some way or another. But if they came from the future to save something, it probably had a big reason, because it seemed like this time machine requires a lot of energy. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think it was actually the large Clockman time traveling from the future? Or was it just a new large Clockman we don't know of? Either way, this complicates things, and the mysteries in this series are getting more and more every episode. I'm guessing that we'll slowly start getting some answers from now on, and we should expect some crazy plot twists, because Dom Studios really enjoy making some crazy decisions. If you enjoyed today's analysis, make sure to like and subscribe. Elite Clockman out.